What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the Take It Apart channel, and today I have something very special for you guys that I was not expecting, but that's why we do what we do, is because we take apart things that you're not going to expect to see the inside, you might have been curious about, and today I'm talking about the Baby Shark toy, which is the Momma Shark. Now, these are unique toys because they're water toys, which means that they have to have some special features that maybe many other things don't have, like hermetically sealed bodies so that the electronics aren't affected by the water. Now, I'm expected that this is probably built to last only a couple months, and it's actually a pretty rugged toy, believe it or not, but I believe that the seals are going to be the weak point for this guy. So let's go ahead and take a look inside the Baby Shark Momma Shark toy. And we're going to start by taking apart the batteries. Now, I believe that this guy uses 3 or 4 AAAs. I do not know. Very annoying on the fasteners to open this guy. And there we go. We have 3 batteries. So 4.5 volts, 3 AAA batteries in series. And I do have evidence that there is some water damage going on in there. You can see it right there. Hold on one second, folks. Let me activate one of my menus so that I can control my camera better. Kind of annoying. There we go. Can't win them all. Okay. Anyway. 3 AAA batteries. Some light corrosion on the terminals. A little bit of corrosion on the outer body from the water. If these were alkaline batteries, they would be absolute mess. I do believe these are nickel metal hydrides. Yeah, nickel metal hydride batteries. So, reasonable, low life, rechargeable batteries. There's a belly pan on this toy that comes off, and that should separate the bottom body from the top. And I would hope to see some sort of rubber seal between the two. I would hope. You can see that there's already some fluid intrusion by the batteries, which means the rubber gasket or silicone gasket that goes right here, it's already compromised. If it's not seated perfectly well with enough tension, then it will leak. And that is one of the reasons why on this toy we have 2 screws, is so that it can add enough clamping force on that silicone gasket to get a nice even seal. How many parents are going to really clamp it down correctly? I don't know. That's why I say that this toy is probably designed to be for maybe a month to 2 months, and then they'll start to fail. Okay, let's go ahead and set all these fasteners off to the side. And that should be enough for the bottom part of the body to come off. Let's see. Okay, it's a little genius. We have 2 fins that actually clamp down the sides of the body. You see that? Interesting. I love toy design. That's why I'm going to be taking apart a lot of toys in the life of this channel, is just because I'm genuinely curious about how these things really go together. Now, these 2 dots right here that you're seeing, these are the electrodes that when they are combined under the water, it's, it transmits electric signal from one to the next, tells it to activate, and then it goes on a timed circuit. I don't know how long that time is going to be. I just know that it is timed for sure. Oh, well, I guess it doesn't really matter. That's not originally how this guy's designed to fall apart. The plastic on this one is very brittle. And it's brittle because it's been out in the sun. That is definitely not how this guy comes apart, though. Now, I think back here is going to be one of the weak points. Woo, that plastic is so brittle. I can actually see the lines of fracture already in it. So ideally, this guy was supposed to clamshell in half, but I think they glued it. So yeah, it's not going to come apart without destroying itself. Yeah, not easy at all. So let's go ahead and do this. Yeah, it's pinned. You can see the plastic pins like right there. Not coming apart easy at all, folks. So if you go to take your toy apart, you might be able to get it apart without breaking it, but I doubt it because I bet you it's glued. So this is the how to permanently take things apart channel now. Interesting that they have a plastic body inside the shell, and that is how they can control the water and keep it out of the electronics. You can see right here how it's just pinned together. This would be the waterproof speaker. Fascinating little device right here. Now the top fin on the shark right here is hollow on the side, and that's how it allows the sound to come out. In other words, it would be very dampened. So they have a waterproof speaker here, and right here the sound just comes out the side of the fin. The fin actually popped off a while ago. It was due to a drop, and that is why I'm taking it apart here today, because I don't believe that a kid should be playing with something that's got sharp plastic like that. So to get this apart, it is glued. It's clearly glued. It's not going to be easy. I believe I'm going to have to pry this guy off. Let's see. Let's see if I can just put a little bit of stress on it. Yeah, not easy. Might have to cut this guy open because it is hermetically sealed. Yeah, no, that's glued. Darn it. Okay. Well, you know what they say. When going gets tough, the tough get screwdrivers and they start prying things apart. So that is what we are going to do. I know, this actually looks like a very creepy toy without the body on it. So if you were thinking that, I was thinking the same thing. Same exact thing. Now what I'm looking for is key points where I can pry and force this body apart, because I can see it's glued. And I would think that right here on the midpoint is a pretty good place to pop a screwdriver. Like so. Yeah, that guy is not coming apart easy. You can hear it actually popping the glue as it goes down the line. And what I want to do is pry it just enough where I can get a tool in there to help keep it separated. Like so. Now I can continue adding stress to the outer case until it pops apart. If you're asking, does that hurt every time you impact that screwdriver? Yes. Yes, it does. There it is. We almost got it. We almost have it, folks. Okay, so it's definitely joined right here by the nose. All right. There's a lot of glue right here by the nose. Wow, there's almost nothing inside this thing. Now that I can kind of glimpse inside it. There we go. Wow, they really glued the heck out of this thing. And I still bet you water got inside it. There we go. I don't know. Maybe the water didn't get inside it. I could have probably just left it together and made it a creepy fish toy. There we go. We're in. So this wasn't quite the waterproof speaker that I was expecting it to be. It's a very thin diaphragm. And what they did is they created an acoustic tunnel here that combines the speaker, which is in the middle of the chassis. And they created a little acoustic channel for the sound. And this guy here just vibrated. Interesting approach, man. Interesting, very interesting. So what we have, oh my gosh, this is way simpler than what I was thinking it was going to be. Holy cow, there's no real motor inside per se. Okay, so what we have is two cables that come down, and we have two permanent magnets. Yeah, so we got two permanent magnets on these plastic pedestals on the side, and they don't want to be facing each other because they are permanent magnets and they don't like each other very much. So what happens is this guy here creates an electromagnetic field, and it wobbles around these two. How cool is that? Take a look. So it's just a coil on the tail. I thought for sure there was going to be some sort of wobble transmission, and I thought there was going to be a genuine motor inside it, which, I mean, technically it kind of is a motor, but it's just an electromagnet and two permanent fixed magnets. Holy cow. Talk about built to cost. Is nowhere near as complex as what I expected. So this right here is the brains. I never expected that. I thought that was just going to be a through panel electromagnetic contact, or just a water level sensor. That's the actual brain right there. And it's mounted directly behind these two contact points on that board. Talk about built to scale. Here, let me just pull those electromagnetic for the tail off. Oh my gosh. That's all it is one tiny little PCB. Here, I'll even remove this guy. Let's remove the sensor contacts so you can see the PCB in all its glory. So there we got two spring-loaded contacts right there. And they just touch two terminals on the PCB right there. Sorry guys, my camera, I'm trying to get it to focus and it's just not playing. And yeah. That's all it is one little system on a chip. You've got two battery leads that do have some silicone on the back. So good waterproofing there. So in case water got into the battery compartment, it still was completely sealed. The two fasteners through holes right here, they have them sealed on the back side. They actually put a lot of attention to detail into this, and with this guy being completely sealed, as you've seen, I had a hell of a time getting it open. I don't see any real signs of water damage inside the case. I would have been completely wrong on that, because I thought that this little gasket right here was failing, and I was pretty certain of it. You see the little silicone gasket. Man, can I just pull that guy off? Let's pull the tail off. There we go. Wow, it's glued on pretty good too. That's a good thing because kids like chewing on that tail. Okay. And that silicone gasket is intact. I am so surprised. And it's just got a swivel point right there. That's all it does. It vibrates this electromagnetic coil between two permanent magnets that do have a fixed position. That's wild. So all it's really doing is changing the polarity of this electromagnet. By changing the polarity, you're getting it to wobble back and forth. How crazy. Anyway, folks, that is the Momma Shark from the Baby Shark line of toys. And absolutely fascinating. This one here, unfortunately, it was already a hazard because the plastics were getting weak and it had to die a horrible life I was convinced that water had intruded into the inner chamber, and that was due to, the seal failing, but the seal was intact, and there's no signs inside that water had gotten in. So I probably could have kept using it, except for the fact that the plastics were all falling apart. But there you have it, folks. Momma Shark Toy. It's actually built kind of good on the inside. In other ways, a marvel of engineering. Thanks for watching, folks.
If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more content. I'd love to hear your thoughts, so drop a comment below with what you'd like to see in future videos.